Well, hello there, humans, bees, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and whoever you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too. I am Bushka on Blitz, and this is S. Johnny, and this is the Fast and the Furious. I don't know if that name's ever been used before. I'll have to look it up on the Google net. Some of these games, I'm going to show you 4 games. Some of these games are quite furious, getting furiouser and furiouser. Others are just bloody well driven, and they're great chances and opportunities for me to actually teach and show people what's going on in the game. Now, this is S. Johnny. He is running the AMX ELC BIS, and I put this video in here. It's a very good video, but the reason it's in here is entirely for this position, and there's a reason that I find this so attractive in a video format. The AMX ELC BIS does not have a fully rotational turret. It can only traverse a little bit either side of the tracks. So when you are playing the tank, you've got to be really, really careful to take advantage of what it's got going for it. And one of the things it has going for it is an incredibly low profile, outstanding camouflage, and just not of this earth mobility. The thing moves like a jackrabbit. And I love this position. You can see he's got soft cover on the left. So if there is anyone pushing up along the rails there, he will be able to quite simply not be seen. You can push on this thing, and if it's behind a tree as a light tank that has a super low camo profile and a very, very low, physical profile, you just won't see it until you're right up on top of it. And it allows sneaky players like S. Johnny to make an absolute killing. And this position is brutally tough to shoot at. You may well be able to see the target a little bit, but as he moves backwards and forwards here with the train tracks and the train cars and the carriages and all the blockages that exist around him and the broken cover, it's just a very, very nice place to be. Now, I'm going to show you 4 games. I have been overwhelmed, absolutely overwhelmed by the amount of replays that have come into my my inbox. If you do want to send me your replays, it is bushkagaming@gmail.com. Make sure to include in the subject line Blitz replays, Blitz replay, that is what you want to put in the subject line, and the name of the tank. Blitz replay E50, Blitz replay T62A, because that will allow me to actually search through the emails very, very, very easily and see, which videos of that tank we had. And I was looking for fast tanks for this video, and I've got to say, the quality of the replay that didn't make it in is ridiculous. You guys are superb, and the fact that I'm able to draw on such an amazing resource allows me to put videos like this together, which are nearly 30 minutes long, and I'm spending the time on the video and talking about it and looking at the video and thinking about how we're going to approach it, instead of grinding 5 or 6 hours of footage in tanks that I've already played. I've played 50,000 games of Blitz. I've done 1,000 videos, and I'm not blowing my own horn there. I have literally done that many videos on channel. It's insane. So there's not a lot under the sun that I haven't driven, and I know what I want to present to you, but getting that footage can sometimes take quite some time. This format allows me to showcase the skills that people bring to the game and talk through why they're so important, they're so effective. Now, you can see the movement on this tank is just incredible, and I really like what S. Johnny does here. Takes his shot, pulls down. He's got 3 tanks to deal with. 1 TD is over there, and that is a Hetzer. He really doesn't want to have to deal with that. And he gets low and uses the profile of the tank. Moving through these dunes is really, really tough to track. If you're trying to shoot an AMX ELC BIS, you can see how low he is. And look at the way he is popping and stopping and getting those shots off and still maintaining an excellent amount of cover from the bad guys. And once he's behind that dune for more than 9.8 seconds, his camo completely resets. And because he's a light tank and he's still moving the entire time, he's able to get away while resetting his camo, which is a trick that not a lot of other tanks can do. And then you have this little bit of, this is a gem. As far as I'm concerned, there are some massive numbers that have been thrown into my Gmail inbox lately. But this is one of the games that I really wanted to showcase, because you can see he's using the space. He's broken them down. He's put a shot in there on the heavy tank and then busted nut all the way to the back of the map and completely changed the angle of attack. And I like that. Now there's someone in base, so he knows where at least one of them are. He's just looking for targets of opportunity, and we go back to our lovely little spot up here where he's going to get a look straight down, over the top, gets a high roll, 169, pulls back, is in cover again, and because he's got this amazing camo, he's able to get under the gun, get out of range. This poor bugger has absolutely no idea where he's going to pop next, and he's come all the way up on the flank. He's still looking at where he was. Johnny uses that cover to get between. He starts turning, but it's too late now. It's a side shot. Ta-ta, thanks for coming. Bad luck for DW2. Good tank, but not ideally suited to chasing down an AMX ELC BIS in the desert. This has been an outstanding game so far. We've seen great use of soft cover, great use of the low profile of the tank, fantastic use of the light tank camouflage system and the speed of the ELC. But now you've really got to, you know, put your money where your mouth is and get stuck in. 370 hit points is all that's left. That is not a huge amount of hit points in a game like this with a Hetzer still to kill, which is a fearful, fearful target. And he'd love to clear the Hetzer first and foremost. And he does get a lovely shot in here. And here's the issue with the AMX ELC BIS. It does not have a fully rotational turret. So you're going to see a lovely effort there using AP to go through the boxes, but you're going to see he's going to circle this 3601H, but he can't get the gun to bear, so he does these full circles and then kind of dips the gun in and then drives forward again. Just needs one more. Very, very well done. Johnny 26 in the AMX ELC BIS. Thank you very much for the replay, amigo. 6 kills. Like, you're going to see in the next wee while on channel, you're going to see some amazing games. I'm going to do videos on single tanks. I'm going to do a 183 collage because there are a lot of people sending in massive 183 games. I've got damage, over 8,000 damage games in the box already. Look at that, 2,621, a Kolobanov, a Pools medal, pretty much every medal, massive, absolutely monster carry in the little French pancake. Brilliant stuff. And I'm going to show you some very, very nice Tier 10 TD games. There is a real fascination with the grill out there. There are a lot of grill games coming in. A hell of a lot of grill games. I don't understand what this is, but there you go. So we're going to have basically these videos with a theme. And I really liked the continuity of rolling out with this one next up. This is a pretty special video for a couple of reasons. One of them is the use that is made of the AFK teammate, which is bloody amazing. This is from Matthias Weimann, otherwise known in the elite tanking circles of Justice and Innuendo as Tystelin Tulokset. No, I'm joking. That's like the game results. That's just how it's said in another language. Bansku. So Bansku is bopping around the RU-251. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Things are going to get pretty ugly here for Bansku. And he's going to receive a little bit of negative energy from his teammates, namely the IS-6. The IS-6 died pretty comfortably going middle. And dislike RU, says the IS-6. Oh, my friend, you may be RU moron. I would like to point out that the RU did the right thing. Went to the flank, and is actually putting effective fire without losing any hit points in a game that's very, very easy to be dominated by heavy tanks. What I like about this is the T-34-1 appears to be completely AFK. The Tier 7 at the back. Now, this guy's got it in for our good mate Bank. Bank's done nothing wrong here. He has gone to the flank. He's been putting in non-stop shots. And this is a dangerous trade here because he wants the kill, but that's a BL-10 over there. That's a BL-9 over there. Oh, get your act together. BL-10 over there, which is a 640 Alpha AP round or a 960 Alpha HE round. And there you go. That's a bit of bleeding, as Mikey Numbers would say, or Raikkonen would say to... I mean, you know... Stop bleeding, RH. Well, stop bleeding, RU. Now, that T-34-1 is doing his level best to imitate a rock. Our IS-6 is doing his level best to look like a complete muppet because he died instantly, didn't do much, and has been getting carried The only one on the whole team really who's put in any effective fire is this bloke here. And Bansku is now 1 versus 5. I mean, let's be honest. The T-34 and 1 is AFK. This is a great shot here. Look at him tracking that across. Doesn't take the bad shots. Waits for the actual T-71 to go into an open space and then gets the shot off. And he's also staying below the ridgeline while he's resetting his camo and then down between the dunes. He knows there's one person in the cap circle, which is very, very important. And he's going to use his light tank camo and some lovely view range to get shots on the AMX M445. There we go. Gets a track. Excellent work there. Always go for tracks. Something that I've whined about in the past is how people don't always shoot tracks when they're on offer, but they'll quite often give you the chance to get another shot in, which is super, super important. As you can see there, that extra shot and the adrenaline allows Bansku to actually clear that M445 before he can get down. He sets up for a shot in the T-71. He's very worried about that Jagdpanther 2 though, and so he should. He only has 709 hit points left. The Jagdpanther 2 can take a hell of a lot of those off if he hits him with a HE shell, and he's got enough penetration in the HE to pen. So I love this. He then goes around here and decides, well, I'm getting very little value for money out of my T-34 and 1 teammate. And this is something you should be doing. If there's someone in spawn or someone who just goes AFK halfway through the game, he fires one off there. Now, the reason I'm suspecting he fires that off, if it's not a mistake, is so that he can see if he's actually going to be spotted or where they are. T-71, they come down here and they fall for the honey trap. They are straight into this AFK T-34-1 and Bansku. This is amazing. Watch this. There is no substitute for humanity's avarice. The Jagdpanther 2 just can't help himself. He's got to take the kill shot there on that T-34-1, even though he was AFK and there was only one other live player in the game. I mean, I've seen that happen so many times. Hats off, Bansku. Very, very smart play. Clearly an intelligent tanker, someone that thinks his way through the battlefield. And the RU is a great tank for this. Much like the AMX ELC BIS we saw in the last game, it's incredibly mobile. In fact, its mobility is up above that of the BIS. It can get up to 84 kilometers an hour. This Lurv has had one hit. He really needed to land a HE shell here and get a full roll, but he doesn't do it. And our RU takes a much-deserved 7-kill RAS. I mean, look at the quality of this gameplay, guys. This is the stuff that's coming through the Gmail account right now. 7-kill Rossini. He gets a Top Gun medal, high caliber. The RAS, 1,495 XP. Another clap, another round of applause. Outstanding work, excellent work in the clutch there from my good mate, the Bansku. I mean, I've got 2 more games to go, and none of them are going to disappoint. The last game, I don't think it's as exciting as these ones have been, but have a look at that. 352 Alpha through the side of the tracks, aimed in. As soon as I saw that first shot, I was like, I want a bit of this, love. This is the action I'm after. This is a fantastic game. This is a Black Bulldog or a Bavarian Bulldog or whatever you want to call it. The Cruel Twist. This is a mastery game. I'm not going to tell you if it's a win or not because it gets pretty freaking tense at the end. And that first shot was outstanding. This is Rudy Osh. And I was wondering if it was Oshin, my good mate Oshin from Legion, who, you know, plays a pretty good tank. You might have seen him in the mastery class with me. Doing the FV 215B. This tank, again, fast and furious. Very, very nice alpha. It's got the high explosive plastic shells, which you saw at the start, put to great effect into the space and the tracks there. And he gets another great shot in on this Super Pershing. Beautiful over-the-top work there by the Comet. Never goes astray, a little bit of over-the-top work by the Comet. And he's flanking now down the Rudy Osh to the middle of Dead Rail. You can see, though, the red team's in a really weird position. They've pushed up, and to be fair, they should get absolutely flogged here. That 1375 is not in a great spot. They're in the middle of the map, but they managed to push through and isolate the heavies one at a time with just too many tanks. And the opportunity to clear them while they were pincered just doesn't get taken advantage of. They, for whatever matter, the vagaries of love, warfare, and tanking, Rudy Osh and the boys can't get the job done. But I digress. There's certainly a lot more chicken on this bone. Rudy Osh has had a couple of very, very nice shots so far. Unlucky not to get a kill shot in. He's already done a fair chunk of damage, and he's looking to carve out a little bit more. He's not finished, not by a long shot. The Bavarian Bulldog has some decent gun depression too, so he's able to use the fantastic camo, the gun depression, the nice high explosive alpha, and the good soft and hard cover that he can find in abundance here to really put a lot of damage in. That IS-6 is the next. It's got to clear a gun, because they are 3 on 4 now. They're 3 on 2 now, which is even worse. But rather than hit the IS-6, he goes for the target of opportunity down there and clears a shot into the IS. There's the IS-6. Great shot. Switches to heat. Lovely work. Still working this ridge line. Now, this is an absolute lesson for any of you guys that are working ridge lines in light tanks. Look for your shots. Be careful what you take. And don't expose your turret for too long. Then you do this, which I think is gorgeous. Once you reset camo, change position. Absolutely change position. Now at 223 meters, when he fires, he's going to get spotted. He can get through the front of that Ferdinand, but he doesn't hang around and ask for seconds. He simply waits. Look at the camo reset going on. Camo's reset now, Oshi. You can go forward, mate, and have a crack, which he does. Bang, pull back. That is just textbook light tank driving. He still hasn't been hit, but he has been spotted a bunch of times, but he is playing the ultimate light bulb game, which is drive forward, shoot, pull back, reset the camo, start it off again. The Ferdinand's looking around for him, goes for a Hess shell there. Probably a little bit ill-advised. I don't know if he was looking for a side shot in the Ferdinand and just took what was on offer. But now he's waiting, he's reset the camo. No one knows where he is. He's got all the time in the world to get this shot lined up, but just unluckily doesn't get the roll that he was after. Now, this is really clever. See this bit of rock in the middle? If you're playing a light tank and it's near the end of the game, what you really want to do is trade damage for distance, okay? That's the mantra. That's exactly what we want to do. We want to make sure everyone that's coming forward trades damage for distance. When you can't do that, when you just, you're stuck in a corner and you can't do that, what you want to do then is isolate your targets. Now you're going to see he's going to risk a shot here. Not a big risk. He's very quick. He's got a very good gun. He gets through. But he's going to isolate his targets wonderfully well. And you're going to see that happen in the next 30 seconds. There's a T-29 and an IS left. They're both on that side of the rock. Hits the IS, really annoys you when a light tank does this, and then drives gangbusters around the other side. Now, rather than feel the bloodlust and drive forward, this is very thoughtful tanking. Watch how he stops this up under the lip here, reverses his position, drives away, gets the T-29 chasing him, and the IS pushing around, and he's got the hit points to trade now. All he has to do is clear this IS, and he's happy to trade. Isolated one tank. He'll take the hit on the side, smooth cruise around, clear the IS. 54 seconds left on the clock. That T-29's not getting away, baby. I've driven that thing before. It's pretty badass, but it is not fast. And now the only thing that could save that T-29 is a lack of Wi-Fi or an engine fire or ammo rack, and it just doesn't happen. And Rudy Osh with a clinical demolition of the enemy team. 5 kills, so he gets the Radley Walters, the high caliber, the Top Gun, the Kolobanov, and the Mastery badge. Just over 4,600 damage there, 4,690, actually just under 4,700 damage. Excellent, excellent game. Big, big carry. Now, in keeping with the Fast and the Furious theme, we're going to be going to a Fast and Furious game at Tier 10 in the Object 140. This game I was particularly enamored of. The reason being, you don't see so many great games in this tank anymore. The T-62A has just got such an embarrassment of riches that the Object 140 has kind of been forgotten about, despite the fact that it's an incredible tank. Now, he's taken a hit there, and you would think on a map like this, he could possibly just farm damage sitting down here at this little hill slash ridge, you can get cover there, you've got 6 degrees of under pressure, so you can manufacture some shots. The reason I love this game is the technical precision that is displayed by Nesta in very, very close proximity to a lot of bad guys. And the way he constantly resets and renegotiates cover. Taking that shot is lovely. Pulling back, hitting the shot as you go around the corner. And you can see he's going to move, and that Leopard 1 on the left, so he's moving into a position where the Leopard 1 can't hit him, but no one else can either. Look at the way he's using these houses and not losing his mind and actually driving forward and just exposing himself. Watch him get to the next bit of cover, tracks him again, gets the track, drives around, pulls back, jinks the shot, and now rather than just go hog wild and rush down into the ISU SU-12254 and try and get the COD going on, very reserved, low profile Russian tanking justice. Look at the angle, comes around the corner at the perfect angle, gets the 420 bounce, comes through, clears another tank. 2 kills, plenty of damage, plenty of action, straight up now into the side of the Yag Tiger. Still very, very cognizant of where the Leopard 1 is, but wants to get some shots in on that 215B. The 54 calls for help. I love this. I love this style of tanking, and he's straight into it. And he says attack, because as you attack, I'm going to attack, and we'll double gun this Leopard 1 and both clear him. What amazing teamwork between 2 guys that are not in Discord, that are not playing together. I really, really enjoy this style of tanking. And he is not stopping. He is absolutely not stopping. He hasn't stopped to farm once. The guy is pushing into the reds every single time, but he is isolating every single time. He's getting one target, and always keeping his angles. Look at the upper glacis on the tank. Look at the way he's, just in case he turns towards him, he takes a little bit of a step back. I love that. The care and the thought and the precision in this drive is outstanding. And it is a template. If you want to drive an Object 140, drive it like this. If you want to drive a T62A, drive it like this. If you want to drive a T54 Mod 1 or a Type 59 or a T34 and 2 or a WZ120, drive it like this. Drive it with those kind of angles, that kind of attention to detail, making sure that you're covered off, and when you do come out, that all they can see is your upper glacis, and then finish it off with this poor E100 never had a chance. The mobility of this tank, the velocity, shell velocity of the AP on the Object 140, the skill of the driver, they all add up to a very big mastery game, a much deserved Radley Walters, and a whole heck of a lot of damage. Congratulations, Nesta678. That was an excellent game. Guys, keep the videos coming. Keep the replays coming. Make sure when you send the replay in, 6,862 damage. Seems legit. Seems like a good number to me. Nearly 7,000 damage, 5 kills, 1,764 XP. That's a proper carry, boys and girls. Proper carry. Send your replays to bushkagaming@gmail.com. In the subject line, make sure it says Blitz Replays and include the name of the tank at the end of that. Blitz Replays IS-5. Blitz Replays T62A. That's how we're going to do it. Include the results screen with the damage and the rewards and stuff, and a brief description of the game. And then it will make life easy for me to sort it out, and we'll have a better chance of putting you on. Likewise, if you just have something happen in a game that's incredibly funny and giggly, put in there Blitz Replays derp, okay? Just Blitz Replays derp, D-E-R-P. Blitz Replays derp. And then I will search that up, and I'll try and put together a video of all that kind of stuff for the Derp Diaries, because I know how much you guys love the Derp Diaries and my sassy little commentary. God. That's not a name, not a word you'd associate with a 6'5", 120 kilo Australian. Sassy. But there you go. We do our best here at Bushka on Blitz. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. I'm loving this opportunity. My iPad is on the fritz at the moment too, so couldn't have come at a better time. On Wednesday, I'm taking my iPad in to be hopefully repaired, but the screen is absolutely screwed at the present, and my MacBook's also having a hissy fit and shutting itself off regularly. So, yeah, geez, I hope I can claim them on tax. Talk to you soon, boys and girls. Look after yourselves and stay safe on the battlefield.